Greetings, friends in love and light. KJ Sagittarius here, and welcome to KJ's Couches. KJ's Couches. KJ's Couch. KJ's Couches. KJ's Couches. KJ's Couches. KJ. KJ's Couches. KJ's Couches. KJ's Couches. KJ's Couches. KJ's Couches. KJ's Couches. KJ's house. Hey, hey, hey. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? All right. So, first of all, disclaimer. Today, as you can see, you clicked on a video. I know sometimes it feels like, oh, KJ, why are you always talking about men? Why are you talking about men? I'm not always talking about men. It's just that I am a woman, and I'm going to help them fellas out and give it to you from my perspective because, you know, let's face it. Y'all need some help out here. Y'all need a little bit of help. So, now, like I said, you clicked on a video. Let me help you out. Then you clicked on the video so you know what it's about, okay? And this video is how to approach women, all right? Online and offline, both. I feel like, you know, we're under quarantine. That's what they call it, a quarantine. But we're under quarantine. And since we're under that, you know, at this moment in time, you know, it's just like more people are communicating online and trying to hit it on each other online and things like that. So I figured I'd give a few pointers from my experience and from a woman's point of view. So, you know, maybe it can help you all out, help you fellas out, and so you can get better in there. Now, and with that being said, this is the second disclaimer, and that is this is not for the fellas with player-like energy, okay? This is not for the fellas that be out there trying to use spit game and, you know, how to watch how to be a player too many times, and they try to use these tricks and tips to, you know, get in there and get a woman and try to get her vulnerable to that point or whatever. So yeah, this is not for the guys with player-type energy trying to use these tricks and tips to you know, get a woman, get her vulnerable just because you want to get in her pants or whatever. This is not for that. This is for the men that want a relationship and they know what they want, or they don't necessarily know what they want, but they're trying to just put themselves out there, or they want to just get back in the dating world again, or, you know, it's quarantine and they want to communicate with women and get to know them, just put themselves out there, but they really don't know what to say, and they really aren't experiencing much reciprocation on the females end. And they're just like, what, you know, what am I doing wrong? What am I supposed to say? Blah, blah, blah. You know, this is for those type of guys, okay? The ones that have grown out of that young mentality. And I have a video coming for that next, ladies, okay? The ladies that are watching. So, how to approach women online and offline. I got my little booklet here, so if I look down, it's because I'm looking at the book. Now, the first thing, number one, all right? And that is, avoid bringing up physical attributes about the female, all right? And this is something that I see tend to happen online a lot, because I know we're going off pictures, right? We're going off pictures, and that's all that we can see. So we're like, okay, she looks good, blah, 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 so I'm gonna compliment her. But if you know that she has more than pictures, she has an actual bio, okay? She has something that she wants, she has a profile. And, you know, you just start with that first, but we'll touch base on that. But you don't have to just necessarily point to her pictures. And then, fellas, you give the wrong impression in a way, because when you say things like, you're so beautiful, and oh my God, you're gorgeous, wow, you're gorgeous, I would love to wake up to you every day, I would love to kiss on you, I would love to, you know, tell you how beautiful you are. That, we appreciate that, thank you for the compliment, but that kind of gives off this impression that you're only into us because of our looks or physical, you know, things. You're only into us because you want to get in our pants, or you want to get physical with us. And that might not be what you are intending, but it gives off that impression. You know what I mean? It gives off that impression. And I know you're probably like, well, what do you want me to do? It's just pictures. All we're going off is pictures, and that's all we can see and things like that. But still, like, you know, you could still contribute more to the conversation than just solely going off that topic, you know. And that doesn't mean to be fake and put on a front like you're, you know, you're trying to be interested in something that you're not. It just means that, you know, try to show that you're interested in more than just her looks, because you know it doesn't just end there. You know, she has more to offer than that. All right. Now, number two, that brings me to point number two about putting on a facade. Don't try too hard. Like, don't try to put on a facade by telling her what she wants to hear or what you think she wants to hear. Don't try to put on this false personality, because when you do that, one, women are very sensitive. You know, we can sense this, so we already could tell. So if you try to use these tricks and stuff like that, you use these tips as a trick against us, we can sense that energy. You know, we can sense that. So I suggest you don't try to fake the funk in the beginning to begin with, especially if you're just trying to get in her pants. But like I said, this is for the men that are not trying to do that. So don't try too hard. You know, don't try to say things that you think she wants to hear. If you meet her, you know, and you just saying things she wants to hear because you know a few of her interests. Let's say you met her online or whatever, and you know she like is into this canoeing, or you know that her personality is like this, and you know she's into astrology, and you're not really into these things, but you're just saying these things because she wants to hear these things, or you're like, yeah, I can be into that, or you know, I believe in that too. You know, I do that too. Like, please do not jeopardize yourself and your integrity and change yourself and fake it for this person just to either have an end goal, you know, like either to sleep with this person or to, you know, just to get into a relationship because you're lonely. Anything, just don't do that, because in the end, it's all of that is going to backfire on you. It's going to come up into the surface. It's going to play out. It might be arguments. You can't fake that long. You know what I mean? You can be open to it. You can be honest about it and say, you know, that's not something I've ever considered or looked into, but that's something, you know, with you make it sound so interesting that it is something I'm open-minded to. You know what I mean? Just be yourself. Be honest about it. Don't try too hard and you know, just be all about her. Have your own type of personality, because women like that. Women like when you have your own uniqueness and personality. They don't want you to necessarily be all about them. They want you to be all about them, but they don't want you to be all about them. They want you to be under them, but they don't want you to be under them. Okay, so there's like a balance in between it. You know, women are kind of finicky in a way, so you have to just gauge them at a certain time. All right. Number 3. Okay, listen to her. All right. When you're online, you respond to her profile and don't waste her time. So listen to her. Let's say you're in person and you're communicating with her. Just listen to her. Listen to her interests. Listen to her likes. Listen to how she talks. Listen to what she's talking about. You know, pick up things, you know, about her so you can remember those things for the future. When you're online, and say you're dating online and you're trying to get to know someone, you know, read their profile. You know, don't waste her time. Like, if you see her profile says she's looking for something particular, okay, and she wants you know, a family or kids, or she wants a man that's like this, or she's only interested in these type of men, she wants to date a certain race, or she wants to do, like, that's all her, that's her preference, okay? That's what she's searching for. That's her preference. She's a woman that knows what she wants. That's what she's into, okay? So don't waste her time and then just go at her and be like, I'm not all this and that. I mean, you could try that. Some women don't mind that, but ultimately you're going to be disappointed. You might get more. I'm trying to save face for you in the end. So you'll probably get less responses that way, because you're doing the opposite of what she is looking for, and you know that, and you acknowledged it, and you still took a chance anyway, and that's cool. That's on you. But when you're seeing those type of women, ultimately they put that out there as kind of like a border, like a warning sign, you know, like a do not cross line unless, you know what I mean, like the yellow tape. But if you choose to do it anyway, that kind of just that upsets some women, because they're like, okay, you know what I mean, like that's gonna waste your time. Like, you know, don't waste her time. You know, like they're gonna maybe if you even get to the point where you do end up talking to her, she's like, okay, it's cool. I'm always open to friends. You know, because I'm always open to friends. It's cool. If you come at me, you know that you're not my type, and you think we might have some things in common on a platonic level. Excuse me. And because I am always saying I'm open for friends, then that's cool. But don't try to just use that as a way to get in. But if you're genuinely trying to be honest about that, then that's cool. But then once you get to the point where you try to shoot your shot, that's gonna at least bother somebody like me, because I'm gonna be like, look, you already know, now you're just doing the switching up, now you're trying this. Like, y'all don't always have to try to get what you want. You're not always gonna get it. Like, at the end, I'm gonna tell you what the biggest key is and what works like all the time, because this is the answer to all of these numbers, all of these situations. But with just staying in this number 3, just don't waste her time. If you see that she's not what you're looking for, or you're not what she's looking for, just don't waste her time. You know, you shouldn't even bother, especially if you're somebody that's on more of the sensitive end. You shouldn't even lower your energy like that, to have to deal with that, to have to deal with that type of balancing your self-esteem, because you're getting rejected on a regular basis. You know, just kind of like, you know, don't waste your time. Just let it go. and leave it alone. So number 4, put in an effort to know her by reading her profile and showing interest, or putting in an effort to know her by going back to number 3, listening to her if you're seeing her in person and showing interest. Okay, so not that old, because that's why I think they have that that advice where you just hear what women say, the last thing that she says, and then you repeat it back to her, and then they're like, oh yeah, like, and that makes them think you're listening. Okay, so what I'm asking you to do is, instead of pretending to listen, actually listen, right? Like, actually listen. Like, if you really are trying to pursue something, like, actually listen. You have 2 ears, 1 mouth for a reason, right? That's why they say that. So instead of pretending to listen, actually listen to her, and listen to her and her interests and what she likes, and put in an effort to know about her, by showing her you have been putting in the effort by listening. You know what I mean? So if she says something that she likes, if she, like I said, she likes to go canoeing, she likes to do those things, if you, like, a few weeks down the road, you end up taking her canoeing, or you say, hey, I got this great park that I looked up that has canoeing, like, I knew that you would really like that. That shows that you've been listening to her. Or if she says something and you're speaking and you're having a conversation, and instead of just repeating the last thing back to her, really, like, listen to what she's saying and pick up cues. Like, she might be, like, trying to see if you're listening or paying attention, or she might be telling you something that she's interested in, or she might be, she could be talking about something that happened at work, right? But still, you're gonna see the type of person she is and what ticks her off and what bothers her, and you might pay attention to that. So then when you speak to her in the future, she might tell you something again that happens at work, and you say something like, oh, that's like last time when so-and-so did that and you did this. That sounds like exactly like that, because I know that irritates you. And then she like, you'd be like, what? Wait a minute. You remember that? Or she could be like, what? You know that irritates me? You're paying attention to that? She might not even bring it up. But at least that's something that she knows that you're putting in effort to pay attention and listen to what she's saying. Yeah, like, it looks like you're not, like, just eager to sleep with her, or just eager to get in a relationship with her, or just eager to wife her up, or just take her off the market, or whatever. It just shows that you're actually being patient. You're taking the time to get to know her. You're trying to put in effort. You're really trying to show her that it's more than what she thinks it is. You know what I mean? It's more than what she may think it is, or than what the average man seems to be doing out here. Not saying that all men are like that. I'm not saying that at all men are not like that. That's why, again, this is for the ones that are trying to prove themselves in a sea full of men that are really just trying to sleep with a lot of women. And the sad thing about it is that, not sad, but the thing about it is there are more women than men. The ratio of women outnumbering men is greater. So then you get, like, a lot of women that have the same type of personality, and then some women that have different personalities, and then you get this small amount of men that are just going through these women, trying to shoot their shot, and then the good ones are trying to figure out their way through to find a good one, and then the ones that aren't so good are meeting all the ones that aren't so good, so all the women aren't so good, you know what I mean? And they're, like, meeting, and then when they find the one that's good, they just think it's the same. So it's all like a never-ending cycle, and it makes it difficult. So your best bet is to maintain yourself and just be strong in this game of love, by showing effort, showing who you are, being authentic, putting in effort, showing showing that work, showing that man work. Like, I'm interested, I'm listening, I'm remembering, I'm proving myself, you know what I mean, to you, that this is what it is. And don't think it's bad to prove yourself. You know what I mean? Everybody got to prove something. That's how you earn trust. That's how you earn somebody's honesty, their loyalty, is you prove yourself to them. And we're all doing that every day. We do that with our friends, so there's nothing wrong with that. And if you think that, you're like, oh, I gotta prove myself, I gotta do this for a woman, you're gonna be alone, because you gotta know that women wear the pants, okay? Women wear the pants. Just know that. You know what I mean? It's really like, y'all really should be chasing us, because we're the feminine energy and y'all are strength. But it's a lot of role reversal going on these days. But yes, that's number 4. Put in that effort. Show her by read her profile. Repeat things back to her. If you meet her online, read her profile, see it, say, that's really interesting what you said about this. You know what I mean? It was just interesting. Or you asked about this, and so me personally, I feel like this. Show that you have some sort of intellect and conversation. Shoot your shot that way. That's a really good, quick way to shoot your shot online, is by reading her profile, understanding it, processing it, and responding to it, or responding to questions. If she has questions up there like, do you like this, or do you like dates, or people like, do you like long walks, or what's your sign, and shit like that. Like, respond to that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, acknowledge that you read it. You know what I mean? Acknowledge you read it, because that shows you put some sort of effort into being on here, and you're actually not just one of those people she might have to sift through. She might have to consider you and approach you differently in a situation. So that's a good way to shoot your shot, is by paying attention to what she wants, what she likes, and responding to that. Responding to what she's actually speaking about, and showing that you read it. And also, not by like if you meeting somebody online, okay, don't ask them questions they've already answered on their profile, okay, because it then shows you didn't take any effort. And don't try not to belittle them, I guess, on their profile. Like, like, oh, your shit's like this, and like, oh, why you have so much information, why you have that. Like, I don't know if you all think that that bullying tactic still works. Some fellas, where they're like, hey, they bully you because they like you, they pick on you because they like you. Women aren't really attracted to that. A lot of them aren't. Some of them may play around and have a playful spirit. That's cool. But when you have an initial conversation, and online is much more difficult, fellas, okay? It's much more difficult because tone is different, and text and the messages and the voice is different. So it's a little more difficult. So you have to really be careful what you're saying, all right? But again, I have the answer for all of these at the end. But these are just some pointers if you get, along the way. But yeah, try not to oh, why you have so much information in your stuff and blah blah blah, you must be lonely, or you must be this. Like, that doesn't, what are you messaging me for? Like, just to insult me? Or do you think that that's a way to get a response? Do you think because you don't have an open line, you're must be damaged in the soul, or you don't have, like I said, you don't have an open line, or you don't know how to communicate, you don't know what to say? Your only way is to say something to pick on her, to get her to respond, even if it's angry. Even if she responds angrily, that's your way of reeling her in, because you want to be like, oh, well, oh, when you explain it like that, and then try to flip it back. No, you look like kind of like, you look like a Ike Turner. Like, you look like I don't know, like you just look suspicious in that way. Like, that doesn't work. Okay, so don't tease her, you know what I mean? Don't do that. You don't know who you're approaching, so that stuff doesn't work. Just kind of stay within the frame of what energy she's giving off. Just stay within that frame, fellas, okay? Don't come with some new energy, with some outside energy that don't make no damn sense, because if you do that, you're gonna get what we think that you're giving us. Like, if you come at us with some slick cutthroat shit, or something quick, or something sly, or something like that, then we're gonna come at you something sly, and then you're not gonna think that you're not gonna understand. So you can be like, oh, you one of those again, you one of those chicks, or you think that that's gonna work, and we have to come at you, and you're like, oh, you one of those. Like, what is that doing for you? Like, stop wasting our time, okay? Don't waste the time. Just don't waste our time. You know what I'm saying? Just stay within the confines of what energy she's giving off, okay? Genuinely, but be genuine about it, right? Number 5, all right? Keep it simple but charming. Be simple but charming. Stay classy and avoid sexual topics and sexual innuendos. Okay, so when you're coming at a chick, just like this kind of talks about number 1, about avoiding strictly conversation about her physical attributes. So when you're coming at a chick in person or online, all right, you want to avoid things that are like sexual, unless you see that that's what that chick is about. But even then, I wouldn't do that. I've had some conversations with some men where they say, if you dress like this, if you dress like that, we gonna be like, what's good, what's good. See, you shouldn't even do that, because you're you might be misunderstanding. Just because she dresses a certain way doesn't mean that she is a certain type. I know that might be so hard to believe, but she's not dressing for you. So just don't think it's for you. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, it might be for her. And if you want to approach that, you still have to see what she's about. Just because she dresses a certain way doesn't mean anything. You still have to see what she's about. So approach them all in the same way with high levels of respect. Keep it simple and keep it charming. Hello, how are you doing, beautiful? You still want to, if you want to tell her, talk about her looks and say she's attractive, just keep it simple. Just say, I find you attractive. You can tell her you find her attractive by saying beautiful, by complimenting her like that. Gorgeous, like lovely. You know, that's me, hey. You know, say those things. Use just simple word, okay? And that comes off very charming. I just want to let you know that you're, hello, how you doing, beautiful? I hope your day is going well. Just want to let you know that I'm interested in you and blah, 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 whatever else. But just very simple. You ain't got to get all extra, get all overboard with it. And don't have to say, yes, beautiful, you are so gorgeous. I would give you massages every night, rub your feet and toes and your back and all this. Like, see, now I was getting sexual, okay? And I don't need to hear anything sexual. I don't need to hear any sexual jokes, because off bucks, we're going to be thinking this dude wants sex. And I know y'all want sex. I mean, we know that. But we don't need to know that. You know what I mean? Like, we already know that. So we don't need to, it doesn't need to be like said. You know what I mean? It doesn't need to be said. Show me that you have some sort of control. You know what I mean? You can control that to the point where you don't have to be so vocal about it. You can keep it to yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that shows me that some charm. That shows me some self-discipline. And you're able to keep it simple, and you're not able to, you're unique. You can be different. I'm not saying this works all the time, fellas. I'm just saying some of these things could help you out, okay? All right, so number 6, all right, target her interests to begin conversation. So that's kind of like number 4 when I'm saying put in effort. Target her interest to begin conversation. If you meet her in person, let's say you meet her at a park, let's say you meet her somewhere where, you know, basketball, playing sports, music, anything like that. That is a way to start a conversation with her. You know, instead of just saying things like, how are you? Like, that's so generic. I know that is a good way to greet someone, but you know, if you're trying to date someone, you know, you just say, you can get, once you get past all that like surface talk, you know, what are your interests? What are you interested in? She says, oh, I like music. I'm interested in music. You know, instead of what kind of music are you interested in? What kind of music do you listen to? Okay, you're interested in music. Are you an artist? Do you write songs? You know what I mean? Like, she might really be passionate about that. Like, yeah, I do write songs. Okay, so what kind of genre of music do you write? Like, are you like 90s R&B, or like, you know what I mean? Because then she's like, damn, like, you know, you're interested in something she's interested in, and that kind of sparks our interest about you, is because you're talking about us. You're talking about something that we like. You know what I mean? So you talk about things that she's interested in, that she likes doing. She likes sports. Talk about her playing sports. You know what I mean? Like, talk about things that she likes to be active about. Like, that helps us keep conversations going. It gets us excited and shows that you're interested in us and you want to know more about us. That's a good way to keep conversation stimulated, you know, is to talk about our interests. And if you don't know them, you're not familiar with them, ask us what our interests are. What are your interests? What are you interested in? And don't just keep it like that's so generic. You know what I mean? Don't be detailed about it. Like, what do you like to do in your spare time? That's another like basic question. But you know, just surprise her. Like, I know this is random, but being random is cool. Like, do you write songs? Do you write music? Do you play basketball? Like, you know, say something specific. You know what I mean? Like, have you ever been skydiving? Like, do you skydive? Like, do you sail? Do you have a boat? Has your family been on a boat? Like, ask her things that are like, you know, that you may be interested in, that she may be interested in. You know what I mean? Just throw them out there from experience. Just do that, and that keeps conversations going. Like, and if you show that she's not feeding into the conversation, if she's not engaging in it, she may not be interested. You know what I mean? She may not be, or she just may not have personality, and it's unfortunate, but I'm coming to find out from conversing with a lot of male associates, from my followers and things like that, that there are a lot of women like that, and that is actually pretty surprising to me, because I would think that a lot of women talk just as much as I do. Because, you know, we be talking. You know what I mean? At least the ones I surround myself with, we be talking. I believe that women have the capability. It just takes the energy. You have to pull it out of them. And some of y'all, some men, unfortunately, don't want to do the work. But if you really want it, you got to do the work. You got to do the work, all right? So yes, number 6, target her interest. Number 7 is the ultimate one. This is the big whammy. This is the finale. This is the one that's going to answer all of your questions, everything. It's going to answer everything. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's just the answer to how to get a woman to come to you. Okay? It's just the answer. And that is to play the waiting game. Okay? Show yourself. Be seen, display interest, but not desperateness. Don't display that you're desperate. Show yourself, be seen, show you're interested, but don't show you're desperate. Don't show desperate. Don't show you're so eager and you're overly eager and all that stuff like that. And then bow out. All right? Let her come to you. Okay? That is the answer to every tip that I could give you. Is that there's nothing you can really do exactly, fellas, okay? Just like you'd be like, what do women want to eat? And she'd be like, you're hungry. She'd be like, are you hungry or not? I'd be like, I want to eat this. Be like, no, I don't want that. Like, do you want pasta? No. Do you want Ruby Tuesday? No. Do you want Applebee's? No. Well, what are you hungry for? Anything. It's because women are finicky, okay? We're finicky. So, you know, our moods change. They move through, you know what I mean? You kind of got to keep up with this, all right? You got to get with it or get lost. And one of those things about that in the dating world is, even in person and online especially, is that you got to let them come to you, okay? You got to go fishing, all right? You got to just sail on the water, sit on the water with your boat, throw out your line, have your bait on there, and just wait. There's nothing that you can do. There's nothing else you can do. It's not really anything that you could say. It's not really, because you might get a woman on this day where she might be down and interested, and then the next day she might not be, okay? Or you might get a woman on this day where you hit on them, flirt with them, and you know, you've been hitting in her inbox over and over and over again and saying all the right things and saying all this and that and saying all this and that, and she's not responding, or she might be responding but not all the time, and sometimes she gives you a little play but not really. And then one day you might just want something one day that's just like, hey, and she just might be all up on you. Okay? Or if you just hit her in the inbox every day, she's never responding. But then one day, she finally responds to you. Okay? Even though she's never responded. And it's been like 2 months. And like, not saying you did it every day, but you just, you know, kind of just pop in like, hey, I just want to say I hope you have a beautiful day, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, blah, all that shit. And she's never responding. But then one day she might just respond to you. Because why? Because you were seen. You already made yourself seen. You're consistent. But you got to catch women in the right mood. Like, our mood is not always like in it. It's not always in it. And sometimes we just not feeling it. And sometimes we just not feeling you and feeling the energy. We may not like what you said this one day. Like, you may be, some women may not like you came at them all sexually, but then some women the next day might be feeling flirty. Okay, they might be feeling flirty, a little bit excited, a little bit into themselves, and then you might hit them with a sexual DM, and then they like that. They'll respond. Okay, but ultimately, the biggest thing that you can do is just make yourself seen. Okay, just be like, hey, how you doing? You're beautiful. I just want to let you know that I find you very attractive and interesting. I see your profile. This is if you're in the DMs. I see what you're saying. I see what you're looking for. I'm able to give that. I'm able to reciprocate. And if you're interested, just let me know. And you know, and you, please don't say that. And if you're not, you know, so be it. Or if you're not, I hope you have a great day. Like, you don't even have to say if you're not. Just say if you're interested. Just let me know, because I'm interested in speaking with you. You know what I mean? I'm interested in speaking with you. And that's it. That's it. And if she never talks to you, hey, whatever. You shot your shot, all right? You shot your shot. She saw your face. She might have seen your face. She let it be known. And that's only if you can see that she hasn't read it. Some women mark as read. Me, I mark as read sometimes, and that's it. Just take the chance knowing that we did see it, and we may not respond, and it just is what it is. And or just take the chance knowing that we may eventually respond. That's the thing, is that you have to just wait. Like, you have to. It's nothing you can do, because it's like we're moving through the motions of life. Okay, so it's not really anything you can say that won't either piss us off or we won't like. You know what I mean? Or we might like it. We're either gonna get pissed off about it or like it. Like, but your best bet would be to when you approach, say something that is targeting her interest, something that she likes, something that she likes, that she's interested in. If you've been feeling her for a while, if you've been watching her for a while, not no stalker type shit, but you've been watching her for a while, from afar. Maybe you see her at work and things like that. She likes to cook. She's always cooking her own food. She's always talking about cooking and shit like that. Maybe talk to her about that. Talk to her about cooking. We talk to her about shit that she likes. So then when you speak to her, she can see that you're interested. And that's your best way to kind of get in there. And then you just wait. You know what I mean? You just wait. You show her that you're listening to her. If you're interested or she's at work, you kind of speak to her on that level about cooking, her interests. Ask her about her day. Hey, that's a new shirt. Whatever. Like, you ain't got to do nothing extra. Some women don't like that. Like, that's a new shirt. Some women don't like that. Like, what? How you paying attention? Some women think that's crazy. But you got to like feel the vibe. You know what I mean? Women will let you know if they want you back. Women, it's like a mating dance, okay? Between men and women, it's like a mating dance. It's like you have to put yourself out there as the man, right? You got to put yourself out there, booga booga, you know what I mean? Showing the dance, you're doing your dancing out there, and then we as women, we see that, we're picking it up, we're watching, we see it, and some of us, we're either going to get up and kind of dance back. And then, we'll like dance, and then you move in a little bit closer, and then we'll let you know. If not, we'll push you away. And then some of us, we will not dance back. Okay, we will not dance back because we're not interested. But it's like doing a dance. We don't want to put ourselves too out there because some women don't want to perceive that they are loose. Because there's just so many women that are like that, and that's the culture now. It's the stock culture, and I know that to some men, they take that chance to just keep shooting their shot in so many DMs because they know that eventually one woman's gonna hit, and some of them do know that it depends on their mood. Like, I'm gonna just keep hitting on her because I know one day I'm gonna crack. One day she might just be lonely, or one day she might be horny, or one day I might be able to get in there. One day I'm gonna get it. Okay, so I'm gonna just keep going, but. There's a lot of women that are like, they're strong and they really not looking for that shit. If you know they're really not looking for that shit, bow out, okay? Bow out now. But some men just keep hitting up multiple DMs because they know one out of 10 is gonna respond, okay? So if you know that, you know what I mean? If you know that one of them is gonna respond, don't waste the mature one's time that you know what I mean, that is looking for something serious, because eventually she might like you. Eventually she might like you. She might see that you're interested in her. You putting in all this work. She might like you, and then you're gonna get something. You're gonna get all the best of her, all of her. You know what I mean? So don't waste her time. You know what I mean? And just build back karma for yourself and heartbreak her, or don't waste your time and then have to put in all this work and you see it's not working and your time is wasted. Like, it's just pointless. Okay, it's just pointless. So go where you're supposed to go. So I know that some men know. That they could keep just shooting their shot in multiple DMs and stuff like that, and somebody's gonna respond. So, like, a lot of men do know that, and they just gonna keep doing what they do until they get one. And so these women have to deal with thought culture, and like, they don't want to come off like they're part of that, like they're one of the women that is just looking for something to hook up, or just looking for something sexual, because there's a lot of them that aren't. There are a lot of them that aren't. So some of the men are thinking that way so much. They think all the women are like that they just hit on you like that. You know what I mean? They just be like, oh, hey, what's good, girl? Hey, when you let me get them cheeks, or damn, I suck you like this, and like just all that shit. And it's like, fellas, okay, don't approach that way. All right, your best bet is to just be respectful, be charming, be nice, be complimentive. Say something interesting, that shows that you were paying attention to her, and then move along. Okay, just bow out. If you see her on, you can do that same thing online. You can do the same thing in person. Show her that you're interested. Flirt with her. Compliment her. About her day, her life interests, things like that. And then just be patient. You know what I mean? Be patient. Women come to you on their own. They come to you on their own. They'll show you they're interested. They'll flirt with you, okay? And they'll make it kind of obvious in a way where they'll ask you questions. They'll show that they're interested back. You know what I mean? Like, how was your day? Like, you know, oh, okay, they'll remember something that you talked about before. You know, be like, oh yeah, like, so how did that go with the whole party thing? Like, I was curious to know, when you went to that party, like, did so-and-so show up? Because you said you were nervous about it for, like, was she there? You know what I mean? That shows that she's interested back in you. You know what I mean? She's interested about you. Okay, so if that's the big picture that you have to see and notice when we're courting one another, is that the main interest shows when you show me your interest in me as a person, and I show you my interest in you as a person. You know, we're not worried about ourselves. We're like kind of worried about the other person. Like we're want to know more and figure that other person out. Okay, so the only way that you can really show that you're interested, and you can really know as a man or woman, okay, because this can the roles can go either way. This advice can go with either gender. The only way that you can show you're interested is that if they show they're interested. You know what I mean? Like, you show you're interested, okay, cool, put it out there, to throw yourself out there, and then that's it. You know what I mean? They'll have to show that they're interested back, okay? So that's how you'll know. Like, that's the only way you'll really be able to get a girl. And is that women show you on their own. It's not really anything that you can do. It's not really anything that you can say. Don't try too hard. Don't try to impress them. The only thing that I would suggest you don't do is be sexual, okay, too early or that. Despite what you think she looked like, despite all that, women still want respect. They still don't want to, even if you think she's loose and a hoe, you done heard about her, she done ran through the block, and you already know her name, that's why you come at her anyway. They still want to feel like they have pride, like they can be worked for. They still want to feel like that, okay? So, you know, and they could still tell you no. Like, you could still be the one that they say no to just at one time. That don't mean that they slept with every single person. Some of them, it depends on how your vibe is coming at them. You know what I mean? And your best way to do that is to put yourself out there, make yourself seen, make yourself be known, let her see your face. Okay, let her see who you are, and then just wait. Okay, that's the fish. That's the baiting. That's the putting that bait out there. Just throwing your line out there. Hey, this is me. I just want you to see me. I think you're beautiful, blah, blah, blah. That's the words that you're saying. You want to be respectful. But the point is that it's not just about what you're saying. It's about just making yourself seen. Making yourself seen that, you know what I'm saying, so she could see you like, this is me. And now that you've made yourself seen, okay, now we're going to online really. If you made yourself seen, if she's going back and looking at your profile, okay, you know, shoot your shot in the DM, she going back looking at your profile. Have a good profile, fellas. Have a good profile. Okay, have something for her to look back at, because majority of the time, most of y'all not getting any responses because, one, you don't have any effort put into your profile. You haven't talked about anything. You say things like, hit me up, just ask, or you know what I'm saying, it's too much to type here, so just ask me, or you know, I can't give it all away here because then there would be nothing to talk about. This is the computer. Like, I need to see what you're about if I even want to look at you. I don't care about how you look. Most women don't care about how you look. And if all you have is pictures, that just goes to show me you have no type of substance or personality. You're going to hit me up with the hey, or the simple like, what's good, or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, show that you have an effort, because then it'll show us that you're actually looking for something, because you're putting in effort. Like, you're putting in effort. Why are you on here in the first place? Why are you on here in the first place? You know what I mean? So have something like that is attractive about you on there, instead of just your pictures. And if you do have pictures, have some appropriate pictures. Have some appropriate pictures. We ain't gotta see you holding up weapons or liquor, or you like this and like you in a hood or something like that. Like, it's not wrong being in the hood or whatever. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that we don't need to see all your lifestyle, like, you know what I'm saying, your wild lifestyle in the pictures. Like, we don't need to see that. You know what I mean? Because, like, you can be in whatever environment you want to be in. I'm not saying that women aren't attracted. Some women aren't attracted to that. I'm not saying that. Some women are. But is that the type of woman that you're trying to attract? Is it? You know, or do you want to just keep dealing with the thought culture? Because that's on you. You know what I mean? Because if that's what you want, that's what you're going to attract. That's the type of woman you're going to attract. But if you're trying to get something real with substance, okay, and someone that's trying to take you seriously and have stability and everything like that, then have some sort of like personality in your pictures, you know, where you're responsible and you're mature and you're capable, and you know, because then it's just like, do you have a job? You know, I'm not saying that you don't have a job when you're holding liquor in your pictures, but you know, when they do background checks, this is just how far my mind goes. When they do background checks, they're gonna see, if they look up your profile picture on Facebook or anything like that, and your profile picture is you with a bunch of liquor and stuff like that, what makes you think, like, so what makes you think if a job is not gonna pick you, I'm gonna pick you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what makes you think that? So like, just have something that is like presentable, okay? I was talking to a brother earlier. We were conversing on and things, and you know, he was saying, he said something to me. He was like, "You never heard of that phrase? You're addressed how you're dressed." And I think that, you know, I never heard of that exact phrase, but you know, of course, I've heard things like appearance is everything, and like take pride in your appearance. That's what my mom always said, take pride in your appearance. But I like that's catchy. You know, you're addressed how you're dressed, and that's very true. You know, there's something to that. Not to say people aren't just like, you know, they just don't like you, you know, because of the color of your skin. It don't matter how you're dressed, they just don't like you and shit like that. But that definitely is a really ambulance. That definitely is a major thing out here in this world these days, is that you are going to be addressed how you're dressed. If you got the pants sagging and all that stuff, that's what we gonna see. Most women that like are looking for something, they gonna see all that, and you just, you know, you got your blunt in your profile and you smoking, or you got the middle fingers up. Like, why are you doing all that? Like, we gonna be looking and be like, you know what I mean? That's what we're going to see. And then if we scroll down, we're going to automatically assume and judge you. And I don't like doing that. You know what I mean? And you might really be about something, but then you're not about what I want around me. Because if you can't even like contain yourself in your profile pictures, then what makes you think I want to be around that? What makes you think I would want like my family to click on your profile picture? I'm added, and they want to add you, and that's all that they see. You know what I mean? So yeah, your best bet is to let her come to you. Put yourself out there, let her come to you, and let her see that she sees you. You know what I mean? Like that she can see you now. So just wait, let her come to you, and play the waiting game, and be prepared. You know what I mean? Be prepared, so when she does see you, you're prepared for what she sees. You know what I mean? You're ready. You're got all your ducks in a row. Let's say if it's online, your profile's good, you have attractive, appropriate pictures, you filled out some questions, you answered a few things about yourself, you gave your personality, you said what you was looking for, you know, you sound intellectual, or you at least sound like you got some common sense, and you know, you have some sort of conversation skills, and you can give something to the conversation if she feels like she wants to respond to you. If you see her in person, if she finally, you know, comes at you, and you've been waiting, she knows that you've been patient, you've been understanding, you're listening, you've been a friend, you've been an ear, and you're ready to show her that, yeah, I'm always like that, you know, and I'm capable, I'm stable. You want them to see that about you already. You want to maintain that vibration so they can see that about you. So when it happens, if and when it happens, you're prepared. You know what I'm saying? You're prepared for when it happens. That's the key. The key is to just for y'all to wait. The key is to just be seen, get y'all shit together, okay? Be ready and capable and stable and ready for something, okay? And then show that, you know what I mean, when you see, if you see that she's in a relationship or she's dating and stuff like that, then, you know, don't try to come up in there and be side dude. But I'm saying, like, if you see that she's trying to be open and all that stuff, just kind of put yourself out there patiently, slowly, just drop little seeds, you know what I mean, things like that, and then just show who you are, you know what I mean, as a person, that you're listening to her, that you're interested in her, but you're not doing too much, you know what I mean, you're not like overwhelming her, you're letting her have control over this relationship, that like of what might be happening. You're gonna tell me if you want me, you know what I mean, like that's what you want to do as a man. You want her to show you, you want to do the mating dance, and then you want her to show that she going to dance back. But if she's not dancing back and you just keep dancing, like, you're going to irritate us. Like, you're going to irritate us. Like, we're going to, like, get out of my face. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but the point is that you got to let us come to you. You have to let us come to you. You just got to wait. Be a man, be charming, and show some interest, and then we'll think about you. You know what I mean? If it'll come back around if it's supposed to. Like, we'll be like, this guy's always been nice, he's never disrespected me, such and such, such and such. and then we'll come back to you, because we'll show our interest. We'll you know, ask you questions. We'll ask you about your day. We'll show that we're interested in you. Okay. So that's all you can do, fellas. Okay, that especially works online now because of the quarantine. Quarantine. Okay, people, just like mine and mine. Stop saying mines. It don't have no S on it. All right, it's mine. All right, and I'm in English. I know English not even my, you know, but it's not even my original language. You know what I mean? Because I'm not really from this land, but still, I still recognize it for what it is, and I know that it's not mine. It's mine. All right. So the quarantine. Online dating is really booming right now. So I would suggest you all take these tips into consideration. Okay, put yourself out there. Don't do too much. Play the waiting game. Show your face. Be presentable. And you know, don't show too much eagerness. No, don't be too sexual. Read her damn profile. All right, don't be asking questions that's already been on there and stuff like that, or ignoring everything she said and just being like, what are you looking for? And she got all the shit on there. Like, that's irritating. Okay. That's irritating. It just shows you didn't read it. Show that you read it. All right, at least show you read it. Say something back and try it. Okay, try to say something back at least, and really try to read it if you're really interested. All right, because you might not. Because if you're not, if you just skim it and see some bullshit, like just skim it or whatever, and just say something back, you might not even like this chick. It might not even be worth you doing all this fake stuff for. And then you don't waste your time, your energy, and she's not even what you thought she was. So like, just don't waste your time and don't waste hers. You know what I mean? So yeah. I hope this video helps. I got another video coming soon, more so for my ladies. All right, y'all gonna like that. It's called "All Men Want to Do Is." And don't think of it like that. Don't think of it like that. It's gonna be good. All right. So I appreciate you all watching this video. I hope some of this stuff helps on how to approach women. Just know that there really isn't any way that you could really approach us. You may catch us on this day where it's good. You may catch us on this day where it's bad. You may catch us in this mood where it's good. You may say this thing, it might work. May say that thing, it might not work. This might work for some women. This might not work for this woman. You can't try everything for the same women. Okay. The best thing you can do generically, all right, online or offline, is to put yourself out there, show your best self in its best state. How you doing? You're very beautiful. I'm interested in you. Okay, I'm not into playing games. I have all my shit together, and you let me know when you're interested as well. If not, then I would love to be, you know, we can be platonic, and I'm really capable of doing that. We can be platonic friends, and that's it. Okay, or just kick it with her and just be cool, be a friend, but don't try to come at her. You know what I mean? In a way where you're trying to do more than that, if you know that's not what she wants. And eventually she will see that herself, and you'll get what you want. But you may not. The key is that you get. If it comes back, it'll come back. If it don't, it don't. Just throw it out there. And if it don't come back, just be like, hey, if it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. Just don't wait for her. You don't gotta wait for her. Find somebody else that you might be able to get immediate interest in, and she'll have immediate interest in return. All right. There's plenty of women out there. Like I said, there's more women than men. And y'all be doing that multiple DM shit anyway, so instead of wasting time, just do it like that. So there's nothing you can really say, all right, when you're trying to holler at somebody. So fellas, the ones that's trying to get something real, try your best, and just know that you may not get what you want. You may not get a response. You may not get exactly what you want, but that's okay, because you know, if you keep moving like y'all been doing, you'll find it. You'll find it. But just try to just maintain these high vibes. All right, maintain your integrity, your charm, your confidence, and who you are as a person, and be presentable. All right, because you never know when it's gonna come back around. You never know, because like I said, women are finicky. All right, we'll remember your DM, but let me tell you, a DM we gonna forget. A disrespectful one. We'll never return to that. We'll block that shit. All right. You want to make sure you always going to have a chance. All right. You want to make sure the chance is intact, because if you say something disrespectful, if you meet her out in public and you say something disrespectful and you try to holler and you don't like it, you say something disrespectful, if you see her again, that chance is gone. That chance is gone. But if you always maintain your charm and your gentleman-like ways, all right, and she may reject you then, she may not be feeling it then, you never know what the reason is. All right, it might come back around. You might bump into her again. Who knows? Fate, universe, you never know. And then she'll remember you. She'll be like, oh, you were that kind man. You were kind to me before. You know, I remember you. I remember this guy. He was very nice. How you doing? You remember me? That's another shot right there. Open season. Okay? So just try it out, fellas. Just maintain that and just know that you more so are you are just in the sailboat, okay? We're the fish and you're the fisherman. Okay, so and you got to know what time to fish, and you got to know to be patient. All right, and that's the key. We come to you. We'll come to you. Put the bait out there. If it's some good bait, we'll bite. All right, that's it. If it's not, or if it's something we don't want to eat it, we won't bite at it. Let it go. Let it go. All right, so that's it. That's how you approach women. Be a gentleman, be kind, be respectful, be complimentary, show interest, all right, in her more than just her physical looks. And you know, that's the best thing that you can possibly do. And if it doesn't work out, keep it moving, because like I said again, there's some women that aren't ready for that either. So thank you for watching my video. I love y'all. I got that next video coming soon, knocking these things out back to back during the quarantine. So love, light, and melanin to you all. I love you all. And like, share, and subscribe to KJ Sagittarius. Like, share, and subscribe my videos. Request to follow me on IG at XLUVLEEY Jones X, XLovey Jones X. My page is private. Request to follow me. And yeah, just do more commenting, and I love to hear more insight and input about various topics and ideas. And we'll just keep it going. We'll keep it flowing. So stay safe out there. Peace, love, and light to you all.